Hey guys, Kris here. In this video, we're doing the range efficiency and charging test in the brand new Polestar 2 long range single motor. Guys, I'm attending the world premiere of this car today. Us in Norway are one of the very first in the world to actually test this car. I'm fortunate enough to get my hands on this car for enough hours to do one of my standardized tests, which is the range efficiency and charging test. So I'm so excited. Thank you very much, Polestar. And guys, if you're excited, please drop a thumbs up on the video down below. And also, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell for more cool upcoming EV videos. So as I said, we're doing the range efficiency and charging test in the Polestar 2 long range single motor. Single motor means a motor up front, front wheel drive, 231 horsepower, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 7.4 seconds, but added efficiency and range. WLTP rates this car at a range of up to 540 kilometers, so it will be very exciting to see, how efficient we can do this run. And also 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 7.4 doesn't sound very quick in today's day and age, especially with the dual motor version of this car doing it in 4.7, but it doesn't feel slow. I'm in the middle of testing the Audi Q4 40 e-tron, which does 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 8.5 seconds. That car doesn't feel fast. This actually feels quite brisk, so I'm impressed by this car. And also another thing that I noticed, this has a kilowatt readout, so that is pretty amazing. I mean, that's a new addition. So we're starting here at Circle K in Furuset. We're going north to the Mjøs Tower and then back again to this starting point. 260 kilometers on the motorway with speed limits of 100 and 110 kilometers an hour. That's about 70 miles per hour. And then when we get back to this starting point, we're going to look at the consumption, the battery usage, and also connect to a charger to see what kind of charging speed we actually get. And usually with this car and most other cars, we have to go to another charger at the other side of town close to where I live, but this has a kilowatt readout. So thank you very much, Polestar, for listening to your customers and giving us that. So that means I'm actually able to do this test in less time and in the time Polestar has given me. It also has an update to the steering wheel for the 2022 model with the blacked out Polestar logo. So I'm pretty excited for this car, guys. So I've charged up to now to 98%, so let's just get on the way and I'll see you guys on the road. We are now Oscar Mike, guys, and we've been on the road for 49 minutes. Consumption 22.0 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which isn't too bad considering that we are climbing to an elevation at the beginning of this trip, and outside temperature 18 degrees Celsius, though we've just passed the Mjøsa and it's usually a little bit colder there than it is further north or further south, because we have seen temperatures of 20 degrees and now just climbed 1 degree. And other than this having less power on a motorway like this, it's exactly the same to drive as the dual motor long range, which is the one I've been used to, the long range dual motor. It feels like a normal Polestar. So, I mean, you get the beautiful cabin, which does not feel cheap in any sense of the word. And I've spent a week now in the Mustang Mach-E. I spent a week in the Volkswagen ID4 and also a week in the Q4 e-tron. And this interior is by far the best interior, build-wise, quality-wise, fit and finish-wise, luxury-wise, compared to those other cars. I mean, there's no comparison where the Q4 feels cheap. I mean, it feels like they've cut big parts of the interior where they really shouldn't. They should have just spent that little bit extra money to get that nicer interior. And also the Mustang Mach-E feels high quality, though it has cheap switchgear. This has none of that. This has a high quality interior where everything above the dashboard and the higher parts of the doors are high quality materials, fabric, soft touch plastics. Only down low in the cabin you have cheap plastics, and I mean that's to be expected at this price point. So I mean it's impressive, this interior, though it's not the most practical as always. I've touched upon that a million times before, so I'm not gonna talk too much about that. But I mean, this is my favorite interior in this price segment, no doubt in my mind. And also the infotainment system. This has, the Android automotive infotainment system, which is one of the very best in the business. It's so easy to use. So yeah, I mean, so you're getting most of what you got in the long range dual motor. You're just not getting the performance, but you're also getting more range with the big battery pack. So yeah, I mean, this is a very, very interesting car. So guys, conditions are pretty nice now. It's basically calm winds today. We have winds about 1 meters per second. That's basically, yeah, pretty calm. So yeah, we're just gonna keep on going, and I will catch up with you guys when we get back to our turnaround point. Here we are at the beautiful, the glorious, the spectacular, the magnificent, yeah, the awesome Mjøs Tower, the world's tallest wooden building, 86 meters of gloriness wooden glass. Yeah, this thing is beautiful. I mean, I'm a huge fan of this. And okay, we are now at our turnaround point, which is the roundabout here under the motorway. And let's take a stop here, stop here at this bus stop to take a look at our consumption. Okay, let's stop here briefly. So we're at 62% battery. We left with 98%. And 21.2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Average speed 112 kilometers an hour, 127 kilometers covered, 20 degrees Celsius outside. I mean, that is not bad. You know, the Polestar 2 is never going to be the most efficient EV. It's built on a fossil car platform, adapted to be an EV, designed to be a fossil car. You know, the exterior design. This was concepted a few years back as the Volvo 40.1 to be the S40 replacement, and S40 replacement, yeah, not C40, S40 replacement. And you know, when Polestar was separated as its own company from Volvo, instead of being the performance department of Volvo, they took this design with them. So I mean, considering what this car is with this performance, that consumption is not bad. But it will be interesting to see the final consumption when we get back to Oslo, because that will be the real test. And the Mustang Mach-E had a consumption of 21 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and that is a dedicated EV, long range rear wheel drive version. So if this car can come close to that, this will be impressive. I mean, this will then be impressive. We have to compare it to similar type cars. I know that is a crossover. This is kind of a crossover sedan fastback thing. It has a trunk that is actually bigger than the Mach-E. So I mean, they are comparable, though they are technically different type of vehicles. But yeah, it will be interesting to see. So guys, we're heading back to Oslo now, and I will catch up with you guys when we get back there. We are now back here at our starting point here at Circle K in Furuset. And let's see if we can find a vacant charger, because yeah, this place is so chaotic right now, and there seems to be a vacant charger right next to this truck charging. Yes, this is a full-size truck charging here, because this is Norway, and in Norway we don't only have electric scooters, electric motorcycles, electric cars, we also have electric boats and electric trucks. Björn Nyland has featured these on his channel before, so check his channel out. So guys, let's take a look at the consumption. And yeah, I'm gonna put the car back into drive, or park, I mean. Hey, this is not bad. 20.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Yeah, and my camera's just struggling a bit there to focus, with an average speed of 110 kilometers an hour. Yeah, 210, that would be something. 110 kilometers an hour, average speed, 2 hours and 23 minutes on the road. Yes, it is 24 degrees Celsius outside now. We've had really nice conditions, but that consumption is not bad. So we're going to take a closer look at that at the very end of the video. But now we are going to, I just have to find my chip here. We are going to connect to a charger, see what kind of speed we do get. And then after that, we're going to look at the consumption and then calculate theoretical range under today's conditions. But yeah, can I do this one-handed? I'm going to have to put down the camera. Yeah, I just parked a little too far away for it to be easy to do this one-handed, but okay. Let's see, swiping my chip there should be relatively quick to communicate and to charge. And the nice update with this car here is, of course, the kilowatt readout in the display. Otherwise, this has the 20-inch wheels, and these are Continental Premium Contact 6 245 40/20s all around. So these are the big wheels. And I don't think they are any aerodynamic wheels. I know, okay, now we are charging. So let's go in, take a look at the charging speed. And look at this, guys. This is pretty awesome. Look at that, we have a kilowatt readout. Okay, and as per usual, the Polestar 2 isn't the quickest to get up to speed, but we are at 27% battery. And I don't remember the charging curve of this car now because it's so long ago since I did a charging session, a charging test with a Polestar 2. But you have the amps, you have the volts, you have the kilowatts. Yeah, that is pretty cool. It looks like they have removed the kilometers per hour. You know, they could have that in parentheses behind the kilowatts, but I'm not complaining. But that would be a nice addition. I don't understand why they removed that and replaced that. It would be enough just to add this, but I mean, this is pretty cool. One of the few cars that has a kilowatt readout is like this, Audis, Mercedes, and Teslas, to my knowledge. And yeah, 149, 150, 151. Oh, that is pretty good, guys. Pretty good. 410 volts, 366 amps, 151 kilowatts. I mean, I'm applauding you, Polestar. Thank you so much. You really are listening to the customers and to us, you know, people reviewing your cars. That is pretty awesome. And us getting that speed at 30%, yeah, that is pretty good. Let's take a look at the consumption and calculate theoretical range before we end today's video. So this car has a net battery capacity of 75 kilowatt hours. If we take that divided by today's consumption, 20.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and then we subtract about 3% in heat loss, which is to be expected at today's speed of 110 kilometers an hour in average speed, we get a theoretical range of 350 kilometers. And at 110 kilometers per hour, 70 miles per hour, that is not bad at all. This car is on 20-inch wheels, and the Polestar 2, with its design and being based on a fossil car platform, was never going to be at the top of the food chain. But if we take a look at the Mustang Mach-E long-range rear-wheel drive, which is the car that has done the best in this test, it has an 88 kilowatt hour net battery capacity, and with the consumption, which is around the same, which is impressive for this car, it has a theoretical range of a little more than 400 kilometers. And that car is more than 100,000 kroners more expensive. We can also compare this to something like the Volkswagen ID4, which we'll get, you know, with the long range variant, the 77 kilowatt hour version, around 400 kilometers. But that car is not a premium car like this. You don't get the, you know, the premium interior. Yes, you get a different shape, but that car is also a dedicated EV platform, and you also don't get the performance. That car does 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in like 9 seconds. It's much slower than this. And no, a second and a half doesn't seem much, but when you are in the 8s and 9s and 10s, yeah, that is a huge difference. So I mean, not the best result. You can get more range out of a car, but it's all about compromise. And this car, starting at 410,000 kroners, being nicely equipped, you can walk out the store with just a few options. Get this car for like 420, 430. You have a car with, yeah, basically what you need. With this range, this performance, and this interior, these seats, and yeah, the driving dynamics of this car, and also the infotainment system, which is the best in class. I mean, only something like the Tesla Model 3 can come close to this. You know, I would put that infotainment system on par. It has a few more features that this doesn't have, but this has the digital gauge cluster and the central screen. Yeah, this is a pretty compelling car at this price point. So yeah, I've enjoyed my time today. I can't wait to get my hands on a tester for the long term, but this was today's test. I got 4 hours with the car. I'm just going to charge a little bit here, end this video, and then deliver this car back to Polestar. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always guys, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.
Cloudless skies in the mid